Huge marches are staged across the country in celebration of the Independence Day anniversary and in appreciation of the Syrian Arab Army's sacrifices. Our valiant army continues its mission in pursuing terrorists and re-establishing security in several areas. Israeli occupation troops storm into Al-Aqsa Mosque, firing bombs at worshippers and tightening closure of the West Bank and occupied Jerusalem. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Yarado Krikorian with the news in English. Independence Day is an occasion for celebration and for invoking the noble values of national adherence to their homeland. Thousands of citizens gathered in different cities and towns today to commemorate the 68th anniversary of Independence Day. Citizens of Damascus and other major cities across the Syrian territories took to the public squares and main streets to celebrate the 68th anniversary of the evacuation of French troops from Syrian land. In Yusuf al-Azma Square in Damascus, ordinary citizens carried Syrian flags and placards honoring the occasion and shouting slogans in support of the Syrian Arab Army. In Al-Mazza, students also celebrated Independence Day, affirming their determination to pursue knowledge and education for the sake of building a better future. In Hama, a sit-in has been organized by popular, syndical, official and religious figures in Al-Aqsa Square in support of the Syrian Arab Army and armed forces in the heroic confrontation of terrorism and in commemoration of the Independence Day anniversary. In appreciation of the Syrian Arab Army's sacrifices and in commemoration of Syria's Independence Day, the city of Al-Hasaka witnessed a huge march in which a large number of official and popular figures took part. The Syrian Arab people in the occupied Syrian Golan have underlined the importance of this occasion in Syria's history, marking it as a symbol of pride, dignity and national sovereignty. Our people's masses in the occupied Syrian Golan celebrated the occasion, praising the Syrian Arab Army's stand in the face of the offensive war launched against Syria. They emphasized that the Golan people and land will remain Syrian and a precious part of Syria's people and sacred national soil, voicing strong adherence to their Syrian national identity. The regional leadership of the Ba'ath Arab Socialist Party has issued a statement on this occasion, affirming that struggle has always been one of the Syrian people's traditions and the main characteristic of the Syrian society and experience of struggle. The statement asserted that the signs of victory are increasingly looming in the horizon, and the inevitability of realizing victory is based on the logic of history in this region. Syria will triumph with its people, valiant army and national state, as well as its leader, who has become a symbol of courage and wisdom in leading one of the biggest and most important battles of our time. On the occasion of the Independence Day anniversary, the Ba'ath Arab Socialist Party Pan-Arab leadership has affirmed that the Syrian Arab people who brought about independence 68 years ago continue their march of struggle, closing ranks behind the Syrian Arab Army in pursuing the terrorists and expelling strangers out of Syria. The leadership said the Syrian people's steadfastness in the face of the French colonialism in defense of the Arab nation's dignity is invoked nowadays in the struggle waged against the forces of injustice and the Zionist American aggression, which is supported by the reactionary Gulf regimes. The Ba'ath Arab Socialist Party leadership pointed out that the Syrian Arab people strongly hold on to the line of resistance and believe in dialogue, reconciliation and the fight against terrorism. The valiant Syrian Arab Army is making honorable history in its confrontation of the terrorist assault targeting Syria, the leadership added. The leadership asserted that the independence that has been realized confirms that national unity is the main incubator of all the accomplishments attained and the stance taken, and constitutes the solid ground for Syria's constant development and confrontation of the new hostile project. Welcome back. The Syrian Arab Army units have found a factory for manufacturing explosive devices and missile shells. The Syrian Arab Army also found large quantities of explosive materials in the telephone center of Housh in Al-Qalamoun in Damascus countryside. The Syrian Arab Army units have restored security and stability to Assal al Ward and Housh in Al-Qalamoun after eliminating a large number of terrorists and forcing others to flee the area. The inhabitants received the soldiers with roses, hoisting national flags. The people of Jabadin, on their part, took to the streets in support of the Syrian Arab Army's heroisms. During its operations in Jobar, the Syrian Arab Army has found a tunnel that was dug and used by the terrorist groups to facilitate their escape. In occupied Palestine, Israeli occupation troops violate the sanctity of Al-Aqsa Mosque using tear gas and sound bombs against Palestinian worshippers. Palestinian sources stressed that Israeli soldiers fired tear gas on the Palestinian worshippers inside the mosque, injuring 30 people. Israeli troops tightened their siege on the main gates leading to the mosque, chasing Palestinian youngsters in the vicinity of the mosque. Tension is running high for the third consecutive day amidst extremist Zionist calls to break into the mosque. Finally, in Ukraine, protesters took control of administrative buildings in 8 different cities in Donetsk district east of Ukraine, as demonstrations supporting federalism continued, calling for a referendum on the legal status of these districts. More than 500 Ukrainian soldiers entered Slavyansk city accompanied by army vehicles. The Ukrainian army relied on the support of extremist groups to take control of a military airport near Kramatorsk city. Some of them are speaking foreign languages. With this, we end our news for today. Thank you for watching. For more details about Syria and the region and to view this bulletin again, you can always visit our website in English, syriaonline.sy. Now to latest business and market news with Vani Gönjan, but after a short break.